Being named a McDonald's All-American, one of the finishing touches to the high school career of Myles Turner. Now the next step, his college home, and it's going to be Texas. Ray Crawford here in our Campus Insider studios with Jordan Cornette. JC, the first obvious question is, how will he fit in Austin?
Well, he's going to fit in great, but that's a very congested front line when you talk about Texas. A lot of size, a lot of big men on the roster that are very capable right now, so he doesn't have to go in and play immediately. He can learn and hone his craft in college as he plays behind guys like Cameron Ridley, Connor Lammert, and most interesting is Jonathan Holmes, at times the team's best scorer and go-to guy, is a hybrid power forward himself. Now you got to look to what happens with Jonathan Holmes. Does he become a big three and they have a ton of size on the floor, or does his minutes decrease adding on such a mega talent here? So really monitor what happens, but this team is immensely talented now without a doubt.
Turner, the #2 recruit in the nation as ranked by Scout.com, the highest recruit for Rick Barnes since Mike Kabongo 4 years ago. But as far as Turner goes, does he help make Texas an instant contender now in the Big 12?
Yeah, this was already a pretty deep roster, as I talked about. Look, you have Isaiah Taylor at the point guard position, so they have a lot of parts. And yes, with Myles Turner, you take a look at what Rick Barnes has done there. It looked like this guy was in a hot seat in Texas. Everybody wanted him out of Austin. He put together a great year last year. Could have gone further in the NCAA tournament. Didn't quite do that, but had a good year. Then he turns around and gets the second best player in the country, making this team, I believe, a top 10 basketball team. I think they have all the parts. It's just managing all that talent. Now, Rick Barnes has an embarrassment of riches right now.
Julius Randle, Keith Frazier, a couple of guys that spurned the horns a year ago at this time, so he gets a 5-star. Now Rick Barnes lands his 5-star recruit, Myles Turner. JC, thanks very much. Speaking of Barnes, would he make a good coach in the pros? Jordan tells us who would, only on CampusInsiders.com.